Hi and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So for today we have probably one of the most important topics, how to let go of attachments or how to detach from all the attachments, from all the emotional attachments you have. Almost every person has some kind of emotional attachments, like they are emotionally attached to some stuff. And the problem for most people is that they don't even notice that they are attached, and they think it's fine. Like it's you should be attached to your family, you should be attached to your country, you should be attached to your religion, you should be attached to um, your status and how everyone perceives you. You should be attached to your looks and your fame and everything basically. Until you're able to detach from everything, and until you're able to emotionally detach from stuff in your life, you're going to suffer because something is always going to threaten that. For example, if you're attached to your religion, there's always going to be someone who says, someone who challenges your beliefs. And there's always going to be, for example, if you have beliefs, then there's going to be doubts that then make you suffer and make you uh, get in this state of anxiety and fear and suffering, basically. Or if you're emotionally attached to your family, for example, well, then you're going to ignore everything bad they do, and you're just gonna treat them as someone who is above everyone else. For example, if your family steals, then it's fine. If someone else steals, then it's crime and evil and stuff. So you're putting your family on pedestal. You're emotionally attached to your family. And for example, if some of your family dies, or even your whole family dies, it will crush you. It will crush the ego, because the ego is the one who is attached to stuff. And the reason you get emotionally attached to stuff is because the stuff you see love in those things. For example, if the family reveals love to you and show love to you, then you can kind of get attached to you can get attached to the love or the realization of love they show you. You can realize love and see love, experience love with anyone or everything, anything and anytime. But what happens is that you don't realize it most of the times, and you can't realize it on your own. And when someone else triggers that realization of love and unity, then you can get attached to them. For example, you can get attached to your partner, you can get attached, like I said, to your family, to your religion. Religion is also a sort of a family, a community, where they kind of give you this sense of love that you seek. So notice that every attachment is coming from the ego or coming from the lack. Like you lack something. Like you don't have something now, and that's why you need something else. And that's why you can't be happy on your own. That's why you need stuff to make you feel good about yourself. So if you want to feel good and in ease, peaceful at every moment, then you need to experience love without any trigger, and detach yourself from all the stuff that you think you need to experience love. So in this video, I'm going to show you the technique how to exactly let go of the attachments and let go of the emotional attachments to stuff and to the external world, so you can like I said, be completely in ease at every moment and be completely happy whatever happens. So there are two parts of this process. First, you need to be aware of the peace you have right here and be aware of the peace and love that comes from within. Like, notice that um, it's not other people that trigger love in you, it's a combination of your chemistry inside of you that creates the emotion that you feel in love and you enjoy love. So if you could be an engineer and if you could see inside of you and see how exactly your emotions are created, and if you could consciously create your thoughts and emotions, then all the time you could be completely feel amazing all the time. But the problem is that most people don't know nothing about themselves and about their psychology and about how their thoughts create their emotions and vice versa. And of course, then they suffer because what happens in the outside world affects them, and they're a slave to their thoughts and emotions and their body, really. And the best way to see exactly what's going on and to be aware of how thoughts are created and how emotions are created from the thoughts, it's obvious that you need to meditate and you need to contemplate. Like, you need to sit down and not go through your day. Like, notice that you don't do stuff consciously. Like, you go through your day and your day flies by and you don't have time to reflect about your life, and you don't just sit down and meditate and contemplate about life. Like, you take things for granted, and then because you have already conclusions how life is and how life works and how things should be, then you don't see what's in front of you. You don't see that you can feel amazing, and you don't see the truth, and you don't see love. So to realize the truth or find every answer for your every question, you need to contemplate, because it won't just click to you like one day you're at your work and you're like, just, oh whoa, now I get it. That's the meaning of life. Like, you have to meditate and you have to contemplate on stuff. Of course, if you have questions, if you don't have any question, then do as you want. Go with your day. And if you're happy with how you feel, then don't meditate. If you're content with feeling awful and being a slave to the external world, like you feel exactly what how it happens in the outside, then fine, do as you wish. So yeah, meditation and contemplation is a key to everything that you desire, and every answer is inside of you. That's how you realize love in every moment, is by engineering your emotions and by detaching from all the thoughts. And when you can detach from all the thoughts that say this is bad and the world should be in this way or that way, then what is left is space behind the thoughts, and that space is peace. When there are no thoughts that say the world should be like that, and when you're not attached to anything, then what remains is the truth and peace and love. And how to then detach and let go of all the emotional attachments that you have. Well, it's kind of obvious, but and it's not that easy at all. And it's probably one of the most scariest things that people can do. Only by losing everything and realizing that you don't need anything, and if you're able to be happy without anything, then you can enjoy everything. So if you want to detach from your family, for an example, you need to imagine the worst scenario that could happen. Imagine that you lose your family completely, like they all die or something. Like for the situation that you're attached to, you need to imagine the worst possible situation that can happen, and then sink into that feeling, sink into how it would feel. And it is extremely scary because you're attached to how your life should be. Like you should have a girlfriend, and you should have a good job, and you should have all stuff. There are tons of things. If you're attached to your God and into your religion, imagine if there is no God and there is no I don't know, life after death, and there is no that stuff. So imagine the worst, completely worst scenario that could happen, and then it will feel awful. There is this whole anxiety about it because you can't really let go. You're trying to not let go, but feel that feeling. Feel how it would feel if all your worst scenarios happened actually, and not just the things you think about throughout your day, like what if I lost my job. Like imagine the worst thing that could happen, like you, you don't have a job at all, you have the worst, like literally the worst situation. Because when you're able to imagine that, and when you're able to completely sink into that feeling, after some time you will realize, it will just click like that, that it is fine, that you can still enjoy your life without the family or the girlfriend or the job, or the status or being famous. For everything you need to detach in that way. For your family, imagine there you don't have no family. If you're attached to your girlfriend, imagine if you broke up and you don't have her in your life anymore. So for every stuff individual, you have to do it. And like I said, after some time, it will click to you, and you will notice that you can enjoy your life without those things. And in that way, you're letting go of them. And to completely let go, you need to, like I said, for every single thing, you can even write them down. Or when you feel resistance to the situation, in this like for example, someone for example, your girlfriend breaks up with you, and then just sink into that feeling of the situation. Don't resist the situation, how situation should be, but just sink into that situation and try to look beyond the emotions. Try to see the emotions as they are. And when you're able to do that, then the emotions don't have any control over you. You can just see them, and emotion is just an information for your mind. And then the emotion kind of lets go. If you're completely angry or sad or depressed that your girlfriend left you, then see those emotions and experience them, feel them. Don't resist them. Try to feel them, try to experience them. Because what happens is that most people try to get away from these emotions and try to uh, find things to do to get rid of these emotions. But the way to get rid of these emotions is by experiencing them and feeling them. And when you don't resist them and when you feel them, you can kind of, like I said, step out of them and realize that it doesn't matter that you still have the peace beyond all the stuff that you could get attached to. If you're attached to being a normal person or being if you see yourself as this an important person in the world, imagine if you became like homeless and everyone made fun of you and you were you're a complete failure with your life. Like imagine the worst situation for each problem, like I said, and then feel how it would be like to be homeless, and realize that it wouldn't be so bad, that the life is still perfect, you still have your peace beyond that. And I know it might sound a little bit absurd, um, like you need to achieve stuff, you need to have a girlfriend and a job and all these sorts of stuff, but you don't realize that you're just attached to those stuff. You're attached to your thoughts about these things, and when you are, then you're going to suffer. You're a slave, literally a slave to those things, and if anything happens to them, then you suffer. And if you want to be completely free, then you need to do this technique, and you need to realize love, which is not in those things, and the peace, which is not in achieving stuff and having stuff, but by being. And like I always say, imagine children. Children don't have um, no status or no achievements or anything that you find um, valuable and meaningful, and they are still happy. They are much happier than you are by chasing those things. And that doesn't mean you still can't do stuff like but I find I don't know, having a girlfriend fun, and like you can still do that, but one thing is to get attached to it and chase happiness from it, and the other thing is to do it for fun and be fulfilled regardless of the situation. So yeah, that's basically it. Start meditating, start contemplating, start from somewhere at least. You don't need to be the grand master of meditation and contemplation. Just start noticing stuff, start being aware, and also emotionally detached from stuff. Realize that those things don't bring no happiness. And in time you can come to a place where there is only peace and nothing can bother you anymore. You don't depend your happiness on anything, and that's the key to happiness. The happiness from within, from being. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you will act on the stuff that I said. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the next one. Bye.